Divine Luga and Grant Kikana means Bassadin will start on the left-hand side for the first time. And Maribongwe Kaizer comes into the centre of defence. He's just returned from the Chan tournament in East Africa. One other change on the right-hand side, Zuko Mudenyawa is dropped, and Topelo Morena gets his first start of the season. He has appeared as a substitute. Miguel Cardoso with a total of 45 matches now in charge of Mamelodi Sundowns. Very fine record, just 6 defeats in those 45 games. But this is a big one for him tonight, particularly after the disappointment of the MT8. But Kole Bambiso is in charge tonight, the 29-year-old referee of the season, the very experienced World Cup linesman Zakeli Siwela on the near side, Alpha Sitoli on the far side. It's a strong refereeing lineup for today. Now, to the formations and to the experts and to Stanton Fredericks.
Looking at Kaizer Chiefs, it will be Peterson leading the line. It's the 4 at the back. In comes Gunika alongside Miguel. And moving further to the midfield there, it looks like it'll be 2 alongside Mtetra and Kele. Shabalala might be a little bit forward in that number 10 role. On either flank, it's Lilepo and More. And Duba will be the man keeping the defence of that Sundown side busy this evening.
Kaizer Chiefs playing at home yet again in the league. You heard Miguel Cardoso with a little bit of a dig there at the league fixture program on his side. They're away at Stellenbosch at the weekend, so they might do some juggling again for that particular match. But this is their formation for tonight.
Yeah, as it was, Williams in goals for Sundowns. It's a 4 at the back with the 3 changes. Bassadin, opportunity at the left back, and Moreno on the right. In the midfield, it's a very flexible formation that Sundowns do apply. Adams could be a little bit further forward, or he could stay as a 3-man midfield. And up front, leading the line will be Reiners more centrally, and Sales. Having said that, Sales could play on either flank as well. So it's a Sundowns that's very dynamic and with a bit of tactical flexibility.
Sundowns in their change strip for tonight's encounter. We're about to get underway here at Soccer City. Let me remind you, 60,000 tickets initially put on sale. And then they decided, because all of those went so quickly, to put another 15,000 on sale today. They all went in record time. So 75,000 tickets sold for a midweek league match at the start of the season. And all goes well for this Betway Premiership campaign. Underway we are at Soccer City. Kaizer Chiefs, top of the table, 3 wins out of 3. Mamelodi Sundowns in 3rd place, just below them with 7 points from 9. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Remember, of course, the last meeting between these two sides was a cup tie, the Nedbank Cup semi-final. Chiefs upsetting Sundowns. They hadn't lost to Chiefs in ages. In fact, they'd won 5 in a row before that Nedbank Cup encounter. So there is a little revenge in the air, I would think, as well, from a Mamelodi Sundowns perspective. Yes, Kaizer, first start of the season for him. And the challenge in the midfield with Tetra. Sales looking to get it up to Matthews. Matthews initially on the left. Reiners looks to be a bit more central, but they all seem to drift at times. Now Marco, his first start as well for Chiefs, and then the foul is on Pule Modi.
And Marco, I must tell you that down on the field, the pitch is in excellent condition. The weather is perfect for football, and that is exactly what we'll be expecting here as we see Sales come through, taking out Modi, that's playing alongside Paseko Marco on this left-hand flank for Kaizer Chiefs.
Modi coming in for Ndlobo, who played the game against Richards Bay, but was taken off at half-time along with Tetra. They tried to get a bit more zip into the side. It didn't work. They got eventually the 1-0 victory. Now Kaizer at the back, plays it a little bit short. Williams has to come up. Duba's very quick, but in the end Ronald Williams read it well. Williams on Saturday played his 500th game in goal in his career in club football in South Africa. This is number 501. He's the 4th on the all-time list, catching up to Vuyo Mere, who's just a couple of games above him on the list. Then Neil Tovey and the number one at the top, Idris Burton, who had such a stellar career with Santos in particular.
They had the opportunity to come up against him. Tell you what, my ankles were the same after old Bertie got hold of you.
You'll be delighted to hear that too. Here is Keanu Cupido. This is a new centre-back pairing for Mamelodi Sundowns. These two have never played together. But Kaizer gets the nod ahead of Nebusa, with Kakana out injured for today's encounter. Vala still making his way back from injury as well, so he was not in contention. Now Marco, we're going to see a lot more running down the left-hand side than perhaps Chiefs had. Bradley Carlson was a bit more circumspect. He's on the bench, can point out. The left is pass, though, a little stray. Tucked in a little bit more in the middle than we've seen him in the 3 matches previously, but do expect him to do a lot of hugging on that right-hand side touchline.
And I do think that he can be much more dangerous if he plays a bit more infield. Many of the times he's tugging that line, as you mentioned there, Mark, and yes, he has the ability to come inside, but I just feel that he'll be so much more dangerous infield, closer to goal.
Adams with a great pass down there, looking to slip it into Raiders. Needed some quick thinking in that Kaizer Chiefs defence. Quinica with a good challenge, and now the foul goes Kaizer Chiefs' way. We are going to have some battles in that middle, I fancy. Lilepo and Adams clashing.
Lilepo moving into traffic there, drop of the shoulder there into the crowd, and just coming together with Adams. A little unfortunate for Adams because Lilepo kind of bumped into him, as you can see there.
Adams still had a chance to give him a little slap on the head as the two of them went down. Jaden Adams has featured in all of their matches so far this season. Mamelodi Sundowns, the 6 games that they've played, 3 in the league and 3 in the cup, but not all of them in the starting lineup. A couple of them off the bench as well. Now, Mtatwa will need his strength in the middle, along with Klele, who had an excellent game against Richards Bay. Alende finds Raiders, first touch for the key striker up front. Now Matthews, he's also going to be key on that left-hand side. Inside to Sales. Kaizer Chiefs very quickly getting numbers back, and Sales dispossessed. A late challenge there from Bassadin, and he's going to go into the book. First foul, he says to the referee, but it was a rather hard one from Fowler's Bassadin. And so inside the opening 5 minutes, the referee's notebook takes some ink.
That is not the best start for Bassadin. The defender has to be cautious going forward there, but brilliant work there from Lilepo. Yeah, Bassadin coming through without stopping there.
Bassadin has played on the right-hand side for Mamelodi Sundowns on a couple of occasions since joining at the beginning of the season. He's the only big signing that they've made so far. They've still got a few more weeks until the transfer window closes. There is an expectation some players are coming from particularly South America, but nothing just yet. Bassadin now in his natural left-back role, where he made his name with Swallows and Stellenbosch. Keanu Cupido. Both Cupido and Bassadin actually started their careers at Cape Town City. Adams, too strong for Mokoena, and Morena, even with his pace, is not going to get it. Last season, of course, Sundowns beating Chiefs in the league, both home and away, but losing in that cup semi-final. Now Raiders offside. Flag was up from Mr. Siwela. That's a bit of a confidence builder, it must be said, from Brandon Peterson too.
He hasn't conceded yet, and you can just see a little bit undecided there. It was Sales that got the nudge.
I don't think he was offside though, which is unusual for the linesman Zakeli Siwela to make a mistake like that. He has been by far the best linesman we've had in this country over the last 10-15 years, and he got that one wrong. Now a bit of pace from Lilepo. Right, one challenge. Oh, excuse me, that was Moniani coming from the right back position. Now Alende, Bassadin.
Well, there was some good work there from Kunika, covering for Monyani.
Chiefs very quickly, every man back behind the ball. Look at how they all in their own half. Adams will find a bit of space here for Basadin. Lovely pass. On he goes.
And that's what they say about the attackers. They don't know how to tackle. And Duba bringing down Basadin there with an orthodox challenge.
Now it'll be Sundowns ball here on the near side. Totelo Morena with a throw. He's also making his first start of this new season along with Kaizer. Just shows you the depth that Mamelodi Sundowns have at their disposal. Rainers now, a little chip as Mokwena came running through. This is Sunners with some nice footwork. Rainers bobbing around that area. Matthews gets a little touch in there. And over the top of Peterson's goal. Maybe the first warning shot fired across the bow of the Chiefs' defence.
There's some creativity shown here by Sales. Not the best of clearances there from Miguel. Touch to find Tashrik Morris stretching there. And good enough to get a touch.
Look at the pace of Matthews there as well. In on the challenge here. He's behind Ignacio Miguel. But he still is quick enough to get to the ball first. Sales with the good initial touch. Just watch here. Just gets the stab in there.
Yeah. Sales, he's left to fill the void of Ribeiro. That is, if he still leaves.
That's a different player, though, so it's a bit of heavy expectation on Sales.
A massive one. I think initially when he first came to Sundowns, because of his size.
There's Kaizer just battling here with Duba. Free kick in favour of Sundowns, you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying that because of his size, we just immediately assume that he's a striker. But he can play as a leading man, but I think he's more suited to the flank there, as we see. Kaizer shield this one to safety.
Kaizer beginning his career as a midfielder, but last season when he broke into the Sundowns team, used in central defence. There was a lot of competition for places, the two centre-back places last season. Remember the Argentine Lucas Suarez was still in the squad as well. Here's Mtetwa, Modi, that's a good challenge from Mtetwa to strip the ball, and Morena's efforts to take it away are unsuccessful. Now the cross from Marco! Good strong header from Duba. On target, and Ronald Williams equal to the task. So Kaizer Chiefs have also sent out a little signal of intent. Now, Peterson taking no chances there. He almost took the first 8 guys out with that clearance.
Yeah, great pressure here from Chiefs. Mtetwa initially stealing the ball. Modi with a few lucky touches there, falling to Marco, which is further forward there. Brilliant movement from Duba to get in front of Cupido.
That's a great little cross from Marco as well. Hung up nicely there for Duba to attack. Now Cupido. We do have 2 other matches tonight in the Betway Premiership. Sekhukhune United top of the table hosting Amazulu, where the score is 1-0 to Amazulu up in Polokwane. So Sekhukhune have actually conceded their first goal of the season, which means Kaizer Chiefs, as things stand right now, the only side not to have let in a goal. That was scored by Ngwenya, the new Zimbabwean signing that Amazulu have made. And Golden Arrows playing Magesi tonight at Umlazi. Sedi Dion putting them level after Vandala had scored for Magesi. The first goal came in the 10th minute and the reply in the 11th. Now, here is Basadin trying to get his way through traffic, but Kaizer Chiefs doing well and then maybe not doing well. And a pass back into the penalty area, catching Monyani, and Quinica, this was perhaps not the best choice for the skipper to make. Gianni, I think, was not expecting it either.
Yeah, even if he was expecting it, it was a little bit hard there from Quinica. And decided in defence for Kaizer Chiefs.
So it means a corner opportunity early on in this game for Mamelodi Sundowns. And they've got numbers forward for the set piece. Looks as if Allende seeded it to Bassadine, who gets a good height onto this. Clearing it away from Ignacio Miguel, only as far as Morena. He'll have to bang it back into the danger zone. Header here for Sales, but he played it off his chest. Or maybe there was an option to go for a header there. And Shabalala and Duba looking to combine. Ball to the level. It's far too strong. You can see Rodman Williams anticipated that very early.
Excellent here, and I think that is part of his strength there. Because Sundowns will play with the high line as they are in possession. And it needs the goalkeeper to be wary. It's exactly what Williams was in that situation. But great breakaway there from Kaizer Chiefs.
When these two teams first met all the way back in 1983 in the old NPSL, Chiefs won or were unbeaten in the first 8 meetings between these two sides. Times really have changed. Sundowns unbeaten in the last 8 league games against Chiefs. 7 wins and 1 draw. Of course, that sequence is for the league only. Nedbank Cup semi-final. The Chiefs fans will very quickly remind you it's the last result between these two teams. Pele now. A little indecisive initially. Mordi. And now Marco. Shabalala wants it to feed. Shabalala will turn and shoot. Comes off Kaizer up in the air. Clearance is away from Adams. Lendes won the ball in the air. Now Inepo off the flank as he likes to play. Can he drag this back? Well, I'll tell you what, it was to the near post where Duba was, but had he pulled that back towards the penalty spot, Pele was unmarked and waiting for an opportunity to have a strike on goal.
Well, this is Inepo in full flight. Bassadine giving him space to run at him. Excellent attempt there, but to look at far post, it would have been a tap in.
Nasruddin Nabi, of course, going back to his native Tunisia to look after his wife who had an accident. Missing those opening 3 matches. It was, by all accounts, in constant communication with the coaching staff. So something of a team effort in getting Kaizer Chiefs through successfully their opening 3 games of the season. They weren't easy, I might remind you, for Kaizer Chiefs. But at the end of the day, they had the results. 3 wins and 9 points. With success over Stellenbosch away, and then beating Polokwane City and Richards Bay by a single goal here in their last 2 matches. This is their 3rd successive home game. They'll be in Durban on Saturday for an away match against Golden Arrows. That game's going to be played at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. And then when the international window is over, they will be back home again to host Sekhukhune. That could be a top-of-the-table clash.
I can see Kaizer Chiefs here. They are applying pressure high up the field, but they choose when to do so now. Sitting in a mid-block.
Tere, man of the match in the last encounter. Ignacio Miguel. Tere again. Now Shabalala. This is a good stage for him. Remember, he's in the Bafana preliminary squad that Hugo Bruce announced last week. Tomorrow, that squad is trimmed to the actual number of players who will be preparing for the World Cup games against Nigeria and Lesotho. Shabalala needs a good performance tonight to convince Hugo Bruce. Foul by Allende. Munyane, the victim.
Now Munyane proving to be a valued addition to this Kaizer Chiefs side there. Just finding his feet and dropping the shoulder there. Rickford being brought down from Allende.
Well, they've made a pile of signings in this off-season Kaizer Chiefs. But only Monyane has started regularly since the beginning of the campaign amongst the newcomers, and Globo has got a goal. He was signed from Supersport United on the bench today. Marco gets his first start, but Monyane has been by far the pick of the bunch in terms of the new signings. Flavio Silva, the striker, originally from Guinea-Bissau, played for Portugal at junior level. He has finally got his work permit and is on the bench tonight. But all the other new signings, Chislett and Batman,
Now,
all still not being used. It's Tetwa who goes over the top. Iguodaro is injured as well, the ex-Mamelodi Sundowns striker, although he never played for Sundowns, but he was their proper team, was loaned now to several clubs. Sorry.
Yeah, not for the first time this evening. Tetra found further forward. Brilliant initial tackle there. Well done from Dube. And picking up the pieces there, Tetra. One touch to set it up. I think the crowd felt that he could have had another touch, but Tetra not used to finding himself in this position. A decent effort there as he gets applauded by his colleagues.
Well, I can tell you, Stanton, how unused to he is being in that position. He's played now 108 games in his career, starts, that is, league and cup. How many goals do you think he's got with that kind of shooting? 0 is the answer.
I was going to give him credit and say 1 or 2 then.
Yet to score at this level.
Yeah. But when he sticks to what he's good at, he's such an excellent player. Was massive for Stellenbosch. Starting to find his feet here as he chats to coach Khalil on the side, breaks down play.
Yeah, it's credit to Stellenbosch tonight to see how many. That's Flavio Silva, by the way, the Guinea-Bissau player. He has been called up by his country for the very first time. Played for Portugal at junior level. But it is credit to Stellenbosch. If you look at tonight's lineups on both sides, you mentioned Mthetho and how well he did there. They got him out of nowhere from Black Leopards and really turned him into a star. And then there was, of course, there's Jaden Adams and Basadine and Rainers competing tonight. Up in the stands, of course, Lebogang Mabue. We saw Luke Batman. There's Tyson Tulani Chatswaya without a club at the moment. He was going to join Durban City, but in the end didn't do so. So my boy Batman Veli Bai, that's Chislett, the Durban-born player who's had his career in England. He was sick.
As well.
Yeah, he's coming back from injury, Dortley, and so is Givenham Simango, which will strengthen the options for the coach.
He's been excellent so far this evening, as Duba, taking up some nice positions as a striker. We got the opportunity with the header coming in front of Cupido, and the Lilepo cross got his foot to it. So as a striker, making some interesting runs there, Duba.
Play back underway. 20 minutes have gone here at Soccer City. This is always going to be a little bit of a cagey affair. The Sundowns have come here in the past and handed Chiefs some nasty hidings. This is given Chiefs' form at the moment going to be a lot closer. Good pressure on Cupido too. First of the era, it'll be Chiefs throwing on the far side.
And once again, that pressure applied from Kaizer Chiefs, winning their possession. Shabalala at the heart of that.
Yanni takes the throw in. This is Quinica, floats it into the area. Kaizer heads it away. Quena was just a little unsure. His pass to Moreno was a bit too strong. Quena got a fine goal at the Orlando Stadium, not far away from here. 2 weekends ago, the first leg of that MTN8 quarter-final. Foul here on Ignacio Miguel.
Excellent experience coming through there, Miguel. got the touch, went past the man, but knew he was going any further.
Mokoena suggesting he dived. Allende was having words with the referee. He didn't check Mokoena, but I do think there was some contact.
Left his leg long enough to make the contact.
The dark arts, Stanton Frederick. I'm sure you learnt a few in your time as well.
Yeah, I know. Not proud of it, but it works. It certainly worked for Miguel, yeah. Opportunity for Kaizer Chiefs with a set play. And he'll look to get at the end of that here. Will Ignacio Miguel.
Tele over the ball, so is Shabalala, and here's the delivery to the back post. Header into the danger zone. Big clearance away from Jaden Adams up to Tetra. Sundowns throw in on the far side.
Former teammates just having a quick word there. Tetra and Raiders. Sundowns with a patient build-up. Chiefs that's waiting to apply the pressure.
There's a rich history between these two sides over the years, and many famous cup finals, of course, and key league matches. Quite right to call it one of the classicos of the season. Comes off his chest and into the arms of Williams, who, it must be said, has been the busier of the two goalkeepers in these early stages.
Yeah, Sundowns finding it difficult to start from the back and play through the lines and to the midfield there. Kaizer Chiefs doing a very good job at cutting out the attempted pass to Allende and Sales and Adams.
Chiefs' last win over Sundowns in a league game 4.5 years ago now. 2-1 away. Serino scored for Sundowns. He's on the Chiefs' bench today. Lebusa got an own goal, and Tumisani Zuma got the winner. Adams to Allende. I'm not sure he meant that pass. Finds Basidi. Now Raiders. Front shot from Adams. Far too strong. Crowd is now looking pretty much like everyone has made their way to their places. Just some of the top tier empty. Young Vilakazi there, Bradley Cross. Vilakazi named today in the preliminary squad for the Under-20 World Cup later this month. He'll be South Africa going to Chile for that tournament. Sereno just telling Cross, you're on TV, mate. And then the linesman obscures the view.
Yeah. Brilliant opportunity there for young Fundo Vilakazi. Crowd favourite here at Kaizer Chiefs.
Well, you went to an Under-20 World Cup, didn't you? Back, what was it, 97?
Yeah, back then. It was in Malaysia.
Mokoena. This is going to fall for Chiefs. Marco is thinking about a shot. Plays a little ball inside. Clearance away from Adams. Sales. The rebound means it's with Mokoena here. Floating it in search of Matthews. Kunika put his head in there to win possession for Chiefs. Now Sales takes it away, but illegally so. Foul on Marco. It's going to be a very good addition, I fancy, to the Chiefs squad. The 31-year-old Paseka Marco still looks like he's 18, but he's had a great career. A couple of injury blows along the way, perhaps denied him better opportunity.
Yeah, agreed. I think Marco, when he's injury-free, is a proper, consistent performer. Remember that horrific collision here against Ofori with his knee against on the head of Marco.
Full out of euphoria had won on the opening day of the season in this campaign.
Yes,
hasn't come back. It was that MTN8 match against Stellenbosch on the first weekend of August.
Yes, Caruso, but needs to come up with solutions now. Sundowns looking a little bit disjointed.
Cupido busted in. Jaden Adams sitting a little further back to allow Mokoena to push up a bit. They'll interchange, I'm sure. Now Rainer's coming deep to look for the ball. That's a lovely little pass for Bassadin. Was that an attempt or a cross in search of Matthews? Either way, unsuccessful for Mamelodi Sundowns, but what a pass this was from Rainers.
Yeah, brilliant combination play. That's more like it for Sundowns. Just a little bit heavy from Bassadin, trying to pick out Matthews. Much better by Sundowns to create that space. And as you mentioned, Mark, what a pass there from Rainers.
Referee Bambisa saying get on with the game and being ignored there by Nacio Miguel. He's going to leave it now for the goalkeeper. So got a bit of a knock in the mouth, did Vilakazi, bit of blood, so that's got to be stemmed and he'll be allowed to come back on. Chiefs down to 10 at the moment.
And I think that's the reason why they opted to go for the long one instead of play out from the back. Man deficit as Shabalala still on the sidelines.
Allende to Sales. Back again to the Chilean who finds Rainers. Little dummy there from Morena. It's maybe a better pass to Rainers.
Excellent work from Duba, filling in for Shabalala in midfield, chipping in defensively.
By the way, Wednesday is the most. So we just watch Allende here, Rainers. Oh, you got to touch the wouldn't have counted the flag was up, but every now and then they just get that decisive pass through. Did Mr. Siwela get it right this time?
It's Allende with the delicate chip, yeah, totally. Just made his run a little bit ahead of time there, did Rainers.
Yes, a little bit of useless information for you, Stanton. Wednesday is the second most common day for a match between Chiefs and Sundowns. Saturday, obviously, the first. But had many more games on Wednesday, in fact, double, than they've had on a Sunday.
Wow.
Did that to your pipe and smoke it.
I wonder why.
Cupido. Allende. Now Bassadin on the run. Back in his natural left-back position. Kulisa Mudau back in training now at Mamelodi Sundowns, so there'll be competition on the right-hand side. But Morena's come in for Daniela for tonight's encounter. Morena missed the first couple of games of the season with a little bit of an injury. Nothing too serious, but enough to keep him on the sidelines. He has had one outing off the bench. It's good work from Mordi. Nice challenge from Sales. A little unconventional, but effective nevertheless. And then Duba clutches him from behind.
little bit overzealous there. Duba. So initially this was Mordi being tracked back from Sales. It's great improvisation.
Yeah, it's called a bum ball.
That's not a camera. That is our camera doing some fine work.
One of our photo colleagues with some excellent work. Another foul. Mordi and Allende having a few words with each other. Julia Mordi starts for the first time this season. He has come on twice as a sub in those opening 3 matches. Of course, Chiefs not playing in the MTN 8 this season, so have had less games than Mamelodi Sundowns. Chiefs next month will begin their African Club Competition campaign, but Sundowns are going to buy in the Champions League, so they don't play until October in Africa, so a bit more time to settle domestically. The Chiefs are going to be travelling plenty from next month. They're in Angola in the first round of the Confederations Cup. A little stoppage here now.
Yeah, I think it was against an Angolan team when I played for Kaizer Chiefs when we won the Confederations Cup, yeah?
Interclub, the police team from Rwanda.
That's right.
You wanted it at Ellis Park.
The dangers there from Sales.
I remember the gentleman who awarded you the trophy. It wasn't the camp president, it was one of the exco members. He had had a little bit too much lunch, and his whole front of his shirt and tie was full of curry or gravy or whatever. It still came and handed the trophy to Patrick Mabedi, was your captain, wasn't
No, he took the penalty. Got us the win. I wasn't watching his outfit, I was staring at that.
Medal, yes. Now here's Sales. Tekla back and makes the foul. He's a little frustrated now after Sales.
Yeah, it's been in the wars. And it's Mordi again, trying to exact a bit of revenge. Being assisted by Mtetwa.
Lauren Williams has conceded 1 goal in the league this season. Brandon Peterson, none. Williams' goal conceded against Chippa on the opening weekend of league matches, plus 2 conceded to Orlando Pirates in the semi of the MTN 8. Shabalala brought down. Well, the foul count certainly is mounting with some 10 minutes to go to half-time.
Yeah, it's, the last 10-15 minutes of tackles, hasn't it?
Lovely crowd here tonight with 75,000 tickets sold, but all a little quiet at the moment because there's not much happening. The referee's whistle, I think, has been the busiest instrument in this game so far, certainly in the last 10 minutes. But at this stage of the season, a win for both of these sides absolutely vital for confidence, for building momentum, just getting things onto the right track as you look for trophies later on in the campaign. Allende, Sales, space now on the left if Basadine gets going. He's got Matthews ahead of him as a decoy. First touch from Rainer is a little bit heavy, but Basadine with possession. Now Kaizer in that Chan side where you got some good game time in East Africa and Tanzania. Nice ball to Morena. Marco snapping at his heels. Portia from Adams. Played the dummy all the way back to Peterson, and very quickly on top of him was Ikram Reyners.
A bit of an nervy moment there. Kaizer a little bit underplayed there, but Peterson to the rescue.
So we're inching towards half-time with basically an attempt apiece for these two sides. The header from Duva for Chiefs, and then earlier Matthews putting it one over the top. Again, heady first touch from Raiders, turns possession over, and here comes Mordi. Bit of space now for Chiefs. Lilepo has a good firing shot. It's an excellent save from Williams, and that was a cracking shot from Lilepo.
Once again, Kaizer Chiefs dispossessing Sundowns in the build-up. Great pass from Kaizer to find Lilepo. One touch to get it out of his feet, and another trying to catch him. It was jumping.
He's got a great boot on him, Lilepo, and that's why Ronald Williams is still the #1 keeper in the country.
Great shot and a great save.
Corner. A little bit of a waste as it's played on to Claret. Rushing out was the Sundowns team. Bassadin now looking to get Matthews going. Flag has stayed down. Tashrik Matthews. Backhand to Salis. Very quick break. Opportunity for Raiders. Mokoena. And Peterson makes the save, and I think that's gone for a corner. Well, he got a great strike against the Orlando Pirates, and Ronald Williams tested, and then seconds later at the other end. This was a very quick break.
Yeah, I think brilliant pass there to find Matthews. Just not a good first touch to set it up. Kept the opportunity alive there. Sales finding Mokoena, and brilliant save from Peterson.
You can see Raiders was thinking about it. He obviously got the call from behind him from Mokoena to leave it. Here comes the corner. Maribongwe Kaizer with the header over the top.
Yeah, Peterson not only with a good save, but he parried it to safety, which is what goalkeeper coach will be very, very happy about. Here's an opportunity to see it from a different angle there. Mokoena for the first time, not easy, and rushes it to safety there. You can see what Mokoena wanted to do, find the far post.
And if he keeps the clean sheet today, Peterson, that'll be 4 in a row this season, plus the last game of the last campaign. It'll be 5 matches in a row, which he's never done in his career before. That's a big night for him as well. And as we have mentioned already, Sekhukhune United have conceded a goal, so Chiefs are the only side who haven't yet conceded in this Betway Premiership. Admittedly, it's the early stages. Play on, says the referee, as it looked like Marco felt the pressure there. Now Konika sees off his old Stellenbosch teammate. Up to Bassadin. 5 minutes now to half-time here at Soccer City. Game suddenly came alive with those 2 opportunities. Wonderful shot from Lilepo, it must be said, and then Peterson being tested by Mokoena as well. In comes Bassadin, finds Sales. Looking around, is he going left, is he going right? Waiting for Matthews to cross. Clearance away, desperate defending there from Paseka Marco. Morena's got pace, away he goes, gets caught, and that'll be a yellow for Pule Mordi. That was just a question of pace.
Canosa was fired up there for that tackle, not happy chappy. Morena got first there. A bit of a clip. I see Mordi going for the man, catching him on the ankle there. Knew that they were out of position and the counter-attack was on there. Taking him on for the team is Pule Mordi.
He joins Bassadin in the book. Bassadin booked inside the opening 5 minutes. So now Bassadin there to take the free kick with a left foot. He'll swing it towards goal. Allende is the other option. Maybe on his left too. Fowers Bassadin, of course, William was still much, but he had a couple of seasons up here in Johannesburg with Swallows, so he will know the vagaries of living in Johannesburg.
Yeah, for a few games he played at centre-back alongside Said.
Allende or Bassadin to take this is taking a while, this free kick. Bassadin curls it. Flick on from Sales. Clearance away from Monyani and Pele. Matthews gives that away. Duba and Allende combining. And again, a wild challenge, and this one is a yellow for Duba. And he does talk back regularly to the referees, and it's going to be, if he continues that, no surprise if the red comes for dissent.
Not a good trait.
Very late on that challenge on Bassadin.
I think it's about his 4th challenge he's made this evening. So he was flirting with danger and gets a caution.
We hear 2 minutes to be added on at the end of the 45. We are coming close to half-time now. Who is going to make the breakthrough here at Soccer City? Matthews goes for goal. Peterson nice and safe. He's full of confidence at the beginning of this season. You remember he had a horrid time this time last year. Started the last campaign as the number 1 for Chiefs. Lost his place to Twari, who then lost his place when Sundowns scored 4 goals against them in the Carling knockout. Then it was Bruce Vuma, and then all of a sudden, at the Nedbank Cup final, suddenly Peterson was back in goal.
Yeah, and I think that's how goalkeepers gain their confidence. Keeping clean sheets, as you mentioned, 4 now, 3 in this campaign, and his confidence keeps growing there. Peterson certainly has the ability.
Koza finds Morena sitting very high. Mordi does well. Clearly, another fine performance in the midfield from him. It's been a little quiet from Shabalala. Can he get things going for Kaizer Chiefs? He has Mordi. Lovely little ball inside in search of Duba. I thought for a moment about going down there. I think Duba. Now here's Lilepo. Ignacio Miguel. Marco. Tetra. Into stoppage time here at Soccer City. Crowd don't like that. All the way back to Peterson. They want Kaizer Chiefs on the front foot. The majority of the fans here tonight certainly supporting Chiefs. There have been occasions of late where there have been more Sundowns fans at Soccer City than Chiefs fans, but that's when things weren't going as well for the home team. It'll be a corner just before the break.
Crowd urging Lilepo to pull the trigger. That's what he did. Bassadin in the way.
Surely now the last chance of the half coming up. Looks as if Shabalala's going across to take it.
Chiefs, they've got the height. Lilepo, Winika and Miguel.
Now they're hoping Munyani can deliver something here. Back post, they're all queuing up there. That flags up. Sundowns are pushed up. First bit of work for the linesman on the far side, Mr. Sitole. And I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah, well done from the Sundowns defence.
Yeah, they pushed up very quickly. That's something you work on in training.
Yep, and it's discipline, and it looks like Cupido is communicating with his charges.
So there it is, 45 minutes gone here at Soccer City. We've had 2 chances apiece in this game. Couple of good efforts from both sides, but it's been a cagey affair in the